And maybe Kevin, you can unhook me from PipNest and I get in as with my account.
Okay, kiasi tu. So yeah.
And maybe
tunaweza refresh tu, tunaweza refresh tuanze and then to move on, si ndio?
same link. Okay.
Not by power, not by power, not by power, not by power. Holy Spirit, by your spirit, spirit with me, spirit with me. What you gonna do? Oh my God, come through. My squad go through, then we all go through. Say we gon' fall, but they can't come true. But our faith in the one make the rain come through. I was broken gracefully until he elevated me. Took the wheel from A to Z. He doing things I can't believe. God put me on, don't hate on me. Jesus Christ said wait on me. I waited patiently, but he was never late on me. Down bad, had unbalance in me. Came back, got that Lazarus in me. About to take a trip to Maverick City. Got the clicker bringing Kylie with me, yeah. Not by power, not by power, not by power, not by power. Holy Spirit, by your spirit, spirit with me, spirit with me.
Yeah. So you're good man. Morning my guys. Morning tunaweza redo, so I think tuko sawa, si ndio Sam?
Yep.
Yeah, we're good. We're hyped up, man. To see, feel weary. We are doing good. System joy. We are here. It's a beautiful morning. Yeah, to see, feel demotivated. So yeah, we know sisi tunajua this topic where itatusaidia and how it will help us. We don't care. Yeah, as long as tuna record. Yeah, we don't know, but decided to go live on YouTube. So just for the records too. So yeah, morning my guys. So I think tunaweza anza.
Good morning. We had great 30 minutes, but all is well. We are starting now.
Yeah. So hebu kiasi.
Maybe before Kevo comes back, or maybe before he settles whatever he's settling. I don't know what your take on that. Don't know if you can relate or you are good in your risk management. Has been sizing. My entry is good, my exit is good, my direction is good, but sizing, I think it the risk management, which is also the sizing, it's a bit of a challenge. Because you can make 3 good trades, 3 winning, 4 good trades, and just one bad or one good trade and you lose it. It was the same entry, same plan, same direction, same exit, and bang, your profit is wiped out. I don't know, Beatrice, if you have such challenges ama wewe hujafika hapo kwa sizing. Maybe you have other challenges, maybe entry, getting position.
Yeah, sorry guys, nilikuwa nimepotea kiasi but I'm back. So yeah, thanks Sam kushikilia.
Hello. So
Hello.
yeah, ikikuja kwa sizing sina shida sana.
Mhm.
Though with the current sizing we have na Nick, sometimes inaitwa nini? RR
Mhm.
si ni less than one. So but the good thing is tuna winning a lot of trades according to our strategy. So when that loss comes, sometimes it's bigger, but I
Mhm.
think because we win a lot, in a cover for that.
Yeah. Na hivyo umesema of late ndio imekuwa nowadays you can no longer rely on the current candle or even previous. Now it's sort of a range, a whole range,
Sure.
and you are not targeting range. Your target is just a normal target, maybe a weak fill, but maybe you get those weak fills for good 3 trades. Those are good wins, and you get that one loss whereby your stop loss was at a range low. Naona venyewe hiyo kitu mi ndio imehurt the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
As we want to, it's a journey. We want to showcase our journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, the struggles, the win, the victories. And that's why we thought maybe this topic, maybe it will fit our webinar today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So my guys, morning fin time. So yeah, tuna appreciate kujoin hapa. So na some ametalk about, so ameongelelea hiyo story ya risk management, ameongelelea venye sasa tutaongelelea, tumedrop some candles, tuongelelea first thing ni trade management and then about the risk, because you can't say you can have a risk management but you don't know how to manage your trades ama kumanage trade yako ama venye unafanya. So yeah, maybe for now maybe tunaweza sema some trade management and then tuta move around amaje. Yeah, so may just draw some candles here and there, just candles, see something big up also. Yeah, nichora some candles, so tunaangalia tu about trade management and then tuta move on. So maybe tunakuja kwa desk. So first of all tuko na zile criteria zenye tunafanyanga. So today ni a bit going back to the basics, kurudia zile basics zenye tunajua ama zile zenye maybe kuzirefreshen up ndio tujue zikuwe at our fingertips once more. Unajua once una advance maybe you tend to do away na hizo vitu zenye maybe ulikuwa nazo, ama hizo vitu fingertips zina come up yani kuna venye ukiwa ukirefresh ni information ina tend to kustick. So it's kind of back to the basics but it's really important. So venye tumesikia about the thing ako ka clip imeongelea most of the things, na hizo things zina cut drip na basically mtu anaweza kosa kuadmit ama yeah. So that's why it's a journey, as some has said, tuna document journey yetu, the changes, the things, the vitu zenye zina to drift a lot of things. So yeah, as you all know, sisi tuna trade some playbook yenye tunajua quietly a playbook, tunajua the trade management. So we'll talk about venye sisi tuna tradingi. So maybe tunakuja kwa charts, kuna some clean traffics for watu tuko bearish, tumeform some type of range. Yeah, so tuko bearish, this is a salary play. So maybe sisi tunaangalianga on according to what we have we trade basically volume, clean traffic, so volume time. So tunaangalia hivyo, so that's the thing yenye maybe basically tunaangalia. So according to trade management, so the things before tunaingianga kwa trade tunaangalianga hizo checklist sijui a couple of them tunazijua. Checklist ni clean traffic ni one of them. So kama tuko na traffic, kama tuko na volume, kama tuko na setup, na kama tuko na entry. So according to trade management ni something like that, knowing the setup, knowing the entry, something like that. So Yeah, so according to our setups, unajua we have a handful of setups, and then the onion plays, then breakouts, celery for our target. So yeah, basically our direction according to this topic ya trade management, tutakuwa tukiongelelea about this first of all tunaangalia this section tuna pass around because ni vitu zenye tunajua, but the main thing hapa, the main focus leo ni risk management. But first of all tunafaa tukuwe tunajua about how utatumia ukiwa na hii trade utariskaje. So yeah, so kuna hizo criterias, any system ina work because system yako maybe kama unatumia Kenya unatumia so shit yeah, Kenya unatumia so we don't know, but yeah, uko na criteria zako, uko najua place unachukua levels, place unachukua target, maybe uko na hizo. So according maybe tumekuja kwa desk, basically tunaangalia the 4 hour time frame, tunaangalia 4 imefanya nini, maybe the 4 hour has maybe let me draw some candles kiasi, tutakuwa a bit fast but yeah. So 4 hour maybe 4 hour inakaa something like this. So so tulikuwa tuko bullish something like that, and then this tulifunga something like that. So this was the 4 hour, this drive up basically hizi ni lower time frame tulikuwa tusha drive up. So yeah, maybe tume drive up, tumefanya nini, this the drive up, this move up, this move to the left, ndio a drive up towards that 4 hour. So this drive ndio hii movement. So this pullback ni weak fill, this weak fill. So a new 4 hour ina open up, so the 4 hour inakaa something like that. So tumekuja tume drive down, and then tumeform some bottom wick something like that. So we are flipping on the 4 hour time frame. So tumeform arrange this between the 30, maybe tunaweza ita this one a 15/30 there the drawings. So yeah, maybe the 4 tumefanya hivyo. Yeah, tunataka kuangalia how can we correlate this, we know we want these weak fills. So hii weak fill probably ni kitu kama hii to the left. So this weak fill ni clean traffic on this lower time frame. So tunaangalia venye hiyo price inafanya, tunaangalia whatever tunaweza fanya. So yeah, so basically we have to have some trading criteria, tunajua setup yetu inakaaje, entry criteria yetu inakaaje. So that's what tunaangalia. So na venye tunachukua hizo partials, base hits, a lot of stuff. So if you're coming to the desk, tunajua for tuko bullish. So basically tunajua tunataka ku participate in this 4 hour, we are looking like this, tunajua we are headed to target. So being headed to target tuko na clean traffic on the lower time frame. So on the lower time frame kuna something like this. So maybe umepata closure on the 30 minutes inaka something. So you can participate on these buys because it's kind of not a salary play. Haiko ready, maybe tuko na clean traffic, maybe we can wait for some structures, maybe some structures on the lower time frame like the 15. Maybe ungoje for a bearish movement down, because maybe for haiwezi kuwa imetosheka na bottom week. You can't take these sells, huwezi chukua hii sells because the 4 hour iko bullish. Then maybe unaweza expect maybe some fake out, because if at all unachukua hizi sells hapa unachukulia sells on the 4 hour hapa hivi chini, unachukulia 4 una anticipate ya 4 ita move down, but anytime inaweza flip up to fill week to the left. So yeah, this is an area for prone for fake outs, and then unaweza anticipate maybe some fresh closures. So some fresh closures, some fresh closures above, something like that for that for ianze kuflip tena. So buys yako itakuwa maybe something like that. So maybe tumekuja kwa desk, tumeona kila kitu ina set up, so tumepata position yetu, maybe this closure is coming up. So let's draw this closure just a second. So maybe tumekuja kwa setup yetu, tumeona hii closure ina come up, the volume time criteria zote zina line up for our direction, ina play out. Tumeacha ka top ikapo hivyo, tume close above that overall range. So yeah, sellers walikuwa chopped up kwa hii zone hapa hivi to the left, na tunaona this for ina rebreak. So how do you maneuver this thing? First of all ni kukua am I looking at this position, naangalia nini, the 4 hour kila kitu ina line up, tume break out. Now the thing hapa, the first step is done, you have found your setup, umeangalia entry, now kila kitu ime line up, that's why unataka kuchukua hii position. So the trade criteria how here comes when you manage, because if at all huwezi chukua buys, you have to kuwa, sisi ni professionals, tunafaa tukuwe tunajua stop zetu zitakuwa wapi, TP yetu itakuwa wapi, how do we manage, because hatutaki tunataka kulimit those decisions, because once of all tunaweza anza ku price up, ujui kenye utafanya. That's why unapatanga mtu anakuuliza, maybe unasikia kwa Nick amesema hey man Nick, nimechukua buy, nimechukua sell, nitafanya nini? Niko kwa buys from CG47, what will I do? So yeah, that's why tunakuwa na hiyo plan beforehand, tuko na hiyo plan however tutafanya ama whatever we will do. So this is where the plan is. Yeah, tuko na setup, tuko na entry, but hatujaanza kupata au ujui plan yako ni gani. So that's why tunajuanga kila kitu ina line up, this is a position sizing pia inaingia hapo, because maybe utapima, sisi basically beginners wanatendingi kuangalia this clean traffic but haangalii where the stops are. Yeah, na that I'm guilty of, kuangalia where you utaangalia ati kenye utamake but uangalii stop zako. So beginners hapo ndio wanafanyanga, wanatend kuangalia kenye utamake. So sisi tuko professionals, how can we trade manage this thing? So first of all ni kuangalia what am I losing. This the clip imetuambia hivyo, what am I risking hapa. This is a position, entry imetokea, setup imetokea, na tuko na entry. So first of all price inaend up ku break hizo lows, maybe price iko hapo na imefanya something like that, to end up it's a nice position, tuko na an entry, tuko na entry ni break of these highs, maybe price imeform something like that. So what can we do to manage? So looking left, tunaangalianga where tuna manage ya break even points, tuna manage ya partials, ama to end up kuride the whole move, since tunajua kuna price, kuna vitu zenye zinaweza hold hiyo price. So we don't do that, ama tunasemanga hivyo out of the blue moon, tunasemanga with some kuna kitu inafanyanga, maybe tunaweza anza tunasemanga about that. So I'm a bit too fast because hizi vitu zenye tunajua, but the main source ni according to the risk. So this thing, maybe price yetu tunaingia buy stops, tunakuwa activated in those buys, and then tunaanza kuona price ikifluctuate. So this where maybe price inaanza kufluctuate, this where unaanzanga maybe kama uko na plan beforehand, because kama it's a beginner position, maybe beginner trade ameona hii position poa, ameingia, maybe ameona amesikia signals, ameingia, but he doesn't know where to manage, ajui position, ajui stop loss yake. That's unaonanga imekuja TP, maybe imeanza kuona 200 and then price ianze kufluctuate, because hakuwa anajua this position venye kunaenda ama venye na manage. So tunataka kuwa na hiyo position, because na hizo readings mapema ndio eliminate those decisions, because emotions inaweza tukula. Umeanza kuona some 200 hapo, ujui mbona price imereject, and then unaanza ku retrace, all of a sudden una exit your position. It was a good position but you didn't, au unajua criteria zako na ku manage trades. So professionals sisi tunajuanga, as long as the stops ziko hapa below, huku chini maybe stops umeziweka previous candle, unajua kenye una risk, maybe you are risking 1% 2% of your account, maybe utajua management yet area na looking left. So basically kenye tunaangalianga advantage areas za kuchukua position. So if at all price inafanya hivyo, tuko bullish, tuko na traffic ya kwenda, the moment inaanza ku break hizi highs, as long as price imeanza ku tap into these areas to the left, that's why tunajua we have to do something with this price. Either you go break even, ama maybe kama ulikuwa stop zako zilikuwa huku chini, maybe you can adjust your stop, because ukiadjust maybe hapa hivi chini ulikuwa na risk 2%, alafu sasa hapa uta risk maybe 1%, si ndio? Na hapo ulikuwa na risk maybe 2%. So umefanya something, because haufanyi hivyo something because out of the blue. There is an area hapa hivi umeona, na sisi tunajua kuna some areas price inaweza hover, ama unaweza fanya nini, maybe secure something, haikuangi wise maybe for where we are at this thing ilitap hapa, and then ujui kenye ulifanya, you didn't have a position beforehand. That's why unaonanga ikianza kufluctuate au kutake something, you tend to hold this loser, maybe imefanya kazi yake, maybe imesha feel maybe 90% of the week, Yeah, so trade management is something like that venye utafanya, maybe will you move your stops to break even, because yeah, don't get price inaweza run, but that's why tunakuwa na hizo plans beforehand. So yeah, maybe price itafanya something like this, keep on running towards full TP, but there is some things tuna manage hapa, maybe grow break even, maybe something kuna some price actions to the left we tend to look at, and then overall the move maybe can be something like that. So yeah, full TP hapo tusha, then the 4 inakuanga inafanya something like that, tusha feel weak, tushachukua partials, yeah, the day is done, tulichukua breakout, tulichukua nini, so that's according to our trade. Yeah, we know the thing can drive, but kuna reasons zenye zinatufanyanga tuna manage position, maybe we go break even. Yeah, so that's according to trade management, because maybe price inaweza run to this point and then ukose kuchukua something, and then uende ama ukose kuchukua something and then it ends up flipping because imetap something, imefeel maybe half of the week, and then it ends up driving kukutoa, utafeel vibaya because you didn't manage your trade. Unaangalia, unajua about where unafaa uchukulie some partials ama uende break even. Yeah, kuna zile trades zenye unasema that trade haikuwa worth ku lose because ni clean traffic, hakuna hiyo position ikuje itapapa and then initoe stops, heri nitoe break even. I have to do something. That's why tunakuwa na hizo ni things beforehand, kujua when to do something, where to do something. Yeah, but you can, tunaweza sit hivyo, but can you, where you are, can you allow maybe it's a breakout, iko na some clean traffic, but kuna some areas to the left iko somehow choppy like here, so maybe do something. That's how we manage our positions. Maybe this thing can maybe end up kukuja hapa hivi ina try kuflip, but maybe inaweza fanya something like that. So let's see, so inaweza kuja hivi, and then once imetap hii area to the left hapo, and then inaweza end up kufunga bearish, but haukufanya anything. So that's why tunatendingi kuangalia hizo areas, tunaangalia price inafanya nini around that area. So yeah, so that's basically about trade management, venye tuna manage trades. Maybe this thing imekuja hapo, inaweza end up kukutoa kumove down, so ianze kusema I was not ready for those buys, and then maybe you can get a fresh breakout later on. So trade management ni important, how to do, unafanya nini at what times, unaweza fanya, how can you maybe lose less, nini risk more, maybe something like that, kila kitu iki play out on your side. So yeah, that's overall about trade management, kujua when to enter, how will I manage, because overall kila mtu tunaangalia on the winning side, but tuangalie how will you manage to the left. Basically according to our strategy, as tunajua believe Beatrice na wenye tuko hapa tunajua setup zetu, tunajua we have a couple of setups, breakout nini, tuko na salary, tuko na forward tap target, something like that. So if at all tunajua isis, tunajua ku time those entries, but trade management, that's what we talk about, hiyo story ya kuangalia left, maybe closing some partials, maybe letting it ride, unaiacha iride aje, maybe reduce risk. So trading management, but there's something you're doing because there's some logical levels to the left, ama logical things unaangalia venye charts ina print. So that's all according to trade manage, according venye utachukua maybe some utamanage hiyo ikienda against you. Kuna reasons zenye you're not doing it out of emotions, unaifanya beforehand because when you professional, unajua these things happen, unajua how do you manage your position. So kukuwa na hiyo plan beforehand is a good thing. Unajuanga nitafanya nini, au kuangi impulsive ati imefanya hivi imereject, au unajua kuna ka resistance hapa hivi ama support hapa imereject, nitafanya nini. So yeah, that's why tunakuwa na hiyo plan beforehand, and then yeah, tuna tend to execute on what we see. Yeah, maybe if anything unaweza add.
Can I touch on something?
Yeah.
Nikiuliza, what time frame do you trade on?
So basically for us, as you can see, this is the 4-hour time frame. Basically tunakuja tuangalia daily na 4-hour venye zinafanya, so we come up tunaangalia maybe the daily was bullish, the 4-hour imefanya nini. For this case tulikuwa tunaangalia this 4-hour ilikuwa imefanya nini, imefunga bullish, iko na week to fill. This is the lower time frame, so something like that. So this is the lower time frame.
Okay, sijui kama kuna vile naweza pia me I use the same strategy. Me mainly I'm a swing trader. I trade on the 4-hour. The least time frame nazaenda ni the 15 minutes. In the time frame nimenote like hapo ndio the lowest. Nimenotice sijui kama kuna vile naweza waonyesha, ni the same thing tu vile unafanya, but naweza pata kitu kama maka. So you see like ukiangalia hii annotation zako, let's say you're planning to buy. Naweza kuna vile naweza pata chance ya hebu acha niangalie React maka, sioni kama naweza pata hapa, but ukimaliza kama unaweza nipea chance, ukimaliza kuexplain kama unaweza nipea chance pia mimi jaribu kuexplain vile mimi nimeona ni the same strategy but naweza add on kitu.
Unaweza sema usituache hanging. What ulikuwa unasema, what maybe unaweza guzia instead of kungoja, unaweza guzia tu kwa tunajua beforehand, tuache in suspicion, maybe stop loss hapa. What can you do different? Maybe tuko na buys, this the 4-hour ina flip the 30, this the 30 minutes stroke the 15, tuko na some ranges, kulikuwa na range hapo, we had a breakout 4-hour ishapata bottom week poa, and now the 4-hour is flipping, tumepata closures, this the volume time, candles zote zina point up to the direction ya bullish. So if at all tunaweza anza kuflip kufunga hivi chini kuanza ku break the highs, maybe those buys zinakaa kuanza ku move up. So what basically according to the risk kama stop loss, so ulikuwa una try kuongelelea
vile unaweza pata mostly systematic entry. Vile mimi nimenotice you always inakuanga you buy to the sellers, you sell to the buyers. Umenielewa? Kama vile hapo si tume break structure to the upside tukaform higher low. Sasa kama ni a higher time frame, the higher time frame usually has too much power. Hiyo ni kitu nimenotice watu waaminiangi, but the higher time frame is what carries much. So hapa you buy to the level of sellers. Sellers ni wapi? Si au ni wao wenye wanapush chini? Sijui ka unaweza nipea nini, kuna vile naweza share screen yangu ni
nakusikia huko juu
huko juu. Sasa you buy from there, but
you buy from aje, you buy from
the break of structure. Kutoka hapo tu mali umeannotate tu
hapa chini,
hapo chini kiasi
wapi
mali ime break structure hapa. Sisi ilikuwa ina form equal, kwa hii annotations yako imeform equal lows. Si kuna mali imeform equal lows.
The last bearish candle,
this one
you enter I think in impulse at the break of that last impulse red candle.
Unasema hapa chini hapa
hapo break ya maybe anasema break ya hiyo bearish
hapa chini
at the break.
Ndio nasema tu kama unaweza explain, alafu kama unaweza nipea kama naweza share screen yangu pia mimi nijaribu ku explain kutuone kama watu wataelewa.
Maybe I can ask you, do you trade the same way we trade?
For me, I trade market structure and support and resistance.
Because that maybe could be the issue, because one, there's no right, there is no wrong. lakini ile methodology yenye mtu anatumia it's very different. Kuna mtu even the moment hapa hivi tunaingia bias kwa hii break ya structure hapa, kuna mtu ako self na huyo mtu hatuwezi sema ako wrong. Yeye kuna zenye ametumia parameter zake zinamkubali akue
Ni
na
ukweli.
hizo nini. Sasa sisi ni scalpers, sisi tunataka kuingia hiyo trade the next 5 minutes if it's possible we are already out.
Yeah. Hatutai
So you
tuna
Oh,
so basically this we wait for basically tukiwa kwa hii range yote tunakuwa tukingoja nini? A confirmation candle. We want something to confirm here. We know the 4 is bullish, inaweza feel weak, tunajua kila kitu ina point out. We can't just press buys hapa hivi ati tufinye buy, maybe inaanza kudrop chini, maybe unaona hii move imeanza kudrop ufinye buy because unajua 4 hour. Basically for our system we tend to wait for confirmation candle. So if we are arranging something like that, we will wait for a confirmation candle. Basically this is the confirmation candle and then we wait for our trading candle. Basically sisi ni scalpers venye Sam amesema, we want to get in at the precise time, tutoke at the precise entries to manage moves fast and then we are waiting for quick pushes, clean traffics, volume time. So hatuko hapa kuhold at the whole day maybe. So is basically tunangojanga. The key thing hapa ni kungoja our confirmation candle and then our trading candle. So that's the thing. So kuna system yenye tunatumia, that's why tulianza kusema every system venye Sam amesema every system ina work. Maybe hata mwenye sisi maybe tumeona hiyo bottom week hii candle imeanza kuflip, mtu amefinya sell hapa, but everything kwake ameona maybe kuna something, but sisi tumeona venye data yetu inatuambia tuko na some clean traffics kufill hapa hivi to the left. Hizi ni buys zenye tunachukua on the break of the highs, maybe stop zetu zinakuja hapa kwa current candle lows ama huku previous candle lows. So basically that's the system. We wait for, tunaacha hii move yote, hizi move zote, hizi makelele zote za hii range ziishe and then we want our confirmation candles. Yes, we don't want to, we are speculations, but sisi ni speculators. Maybe unaweza kuwa bahati ufinye buy kutoka kwa bottom week ya 4 hour and then hiyo bottom week ya 4 hour maybe inaweza kuwa ulifinya buy around hapo and then una hold, maybe stop zako ziko huko, unaona. So that's another system. So our system to allow maybe something like that. We have to wait for these confirmation candles. We
I
know that
wasn't
we are
saying
bullish.
you buy from there. Siko nasema ubuy kutoka hapo.
Oh, it's not just so yes, just speaking. So maybe unajua every system ina work. So based on our system unajua where so and don't ulikuwa unasema maybe una buy from hapa chini ama unasema aje?
Una buy, si unaona ukiextend line yako
Gun E
kuna hii line yenye imebreak structure to
chini.
the upside. Si kuna hiyo line hapo chini na kuna hiyo line hapo juu.
Hii hapa chini na hii ya juu.
So mimi system yangu I only buy above there. I only buy above that point because
so this one and then these two. So you buy above here. Above one.
I buy above one because hiyo ni a level of hapo kando kuna hiyo ni kama resistance. Price inaweza kuja ifo reject hapo.
See that's why tumeona closure above. We are saying the same thing, man. Sijui
ndio nilikuwa najaribu ku explain ndio huko na ilikuwa misinterpreted kiasi.
The same thing. If at all maybe we are waiting, let's say tulikuwa tunaongoja, tumekuja kwa desk, this is the 4 hour bottom week, imeanza kutuko na some ranges hapa, maybe tuko na hiyo range hapo, something like that. So 4 hour tumekuja sasa, hiyo ndio 4 hour maybe ina form bottom week, tumekuja in the last 15 tunafanya something like that. So tunajua tuko na resistance, tuko na something, tunajua 4 hour iko na bottom week, maybe hata hii 4 hour iko huku chini inafanya something like this, iko bearish. Iko bearish, maybe iko hivi hivyo saa hii, for now iko hivyo, haina, iko na kahai kadogo, but right now ina calm down. This is the move down for the 4 hour bottom week. We know we are bullish, we know we can feel this week tuko na clean traffic to the left, but there is something in to hold up kwa hii zone hapa, hatuwezi chukua buy, hatuwezi finya buys hapa, so something ina to hold up hii resistance, so we can't just press buys. What will we wait? We know we are bullish, every higher time frames ina point out bullish. We'll wait for a breakout above this zone, something like this, a candle to close above, and then this is the confirmation candle for buys, for continuation for buys. But again, kuna kitu yenye inaweza fanya tukose kuingia hizo buys. Maybe this candle ifanye something like this, tuangoje hizo buys, and then ifanye something like this, we can't stick take buys because kuna range, it didn't close above. Yeah, inaweza anza ku break hizi highs, ali buyers waingie, because but sisi hatutachukua hizo buys. We know we didn't close above, there is some level of resistance over to the left, so hatuwezi chukua hizo buys. We can expect maybe a fake out back in the range after our buyers. We know price haiko ready, even though for her inaweza keep on pushing. We hatujuangi, but that's when we wait for, inaweza push on hata bila hiyo bottom week, because the four is bullish, but we have to wait for those confirmation candles. And then because hii price inaweza fanya maybe something like this, inaweza fanya something like this, ikuje up, ianze kuflip, and then close something like that back in the range. Ni mabuyers waliingizwa hapa, and then their stops zinakujiwa huku. Maybe we can wait for another breakout above the range, a closure above. Yeah, so lazima we wait for basically some confirmation candles, another fresh closure above. So yeah, this is what we wait, and then we can say the buys are ready for that bullish movement to the upside. So basically we can't do anything. Tuko na ranges zenye tunachezea, tuko na traffic zenye tunachezea, tunajua ni no trade in range, tunajua yeah the four is doing what, but we have to wait for that specific time. These buys na kaya appeasing, tuko na support, but looking left there are some things zenye zinatufanya hiyo buy haiko ready. Kuna some resistance to the left. Yeah, we close bullish, but we close respecting. So this candle, we know inaweza break hizo highs, activate those early buyers, and then comes to us ku stop out huku chini. Tunajua sell stop zao ziko huku chini, to come up we create a steeper low for this for our, and then later on unaweza anza kuona hii for our imefanyaje, imefanya hivi, break hizo highs, imefanya hivi, imekujia another steeper bottom week, something like that for this week fill. So for this week fill, this nice clean week fill to the left, and then a continuation move to the upside. So this is the move. This when tunajua this move inaweza happen anytime, but when can we be careful to anticipate here? We know the move inaweza happen, tunajua buyers zinaweza enda from here, tunatamani clean traffic, but we have to be waiting for our precise entries, our confirmation candles. Yeah, these are bullish, it's not yet a confirmation, so it's not yet ready. We want to take buys hata tukiona hii price ikianza kuflip, ianze kubreak hizi highs, that's where FOMO ina kick in, watu wanafinya buys, ina end up ku close back in the range, because it's not yet. Until you find this a confirmation candle, that's when we execute buys above these highs, and then maybe we have a clean move. Yeah, hizi noises zote zimeisha in this range. We have a breakout, mabuyers waliactivatiwa wakatolewa, sellers wakaactivatiwa wakatolewa, liquidity imegrabiwa kwa hii zone, do yote imeishia hapa, and then move yetu inakujanga hapo clean volume time, hata ina drawdown, unakuja hapa to the left, unachukua some partials, full TP unaichukulia huko. So that's the move, man. So that's the thing, amaje? Yeah, so yeah, I think that's all about maybe our trade management. Tushaongelelea key levels zenye tunaweza chukulia. We know the direction. Basically tunajua direction, tunajua where price itaenda, but how do you manage that? Kuna venye tunachukua base hits. It's rather I don't wait for this full move, but nichukue base hit. Najua yeah, we can reject here from this area to the left, even though natamani area yote, but on this area kwanza tunaweza reject here, ama tunaweza fanya anything. Yeah, something like that. So I want to take some partials over here, nataka kusecure some bag, and then maybe ikienda ni sawa, but niko na hizo base hits at hand, niko na something in a setup, and then yeah, I think it's good. Amaje Sam, anything unaweza adapt tuongele? Next thing ni management. Finta namaje? How is it? Right?
Niko sawa na mi nasikia tu.
Yeah, I think iko poa because trade management, there are levels, and those levels are not there by any chance. They are there for a reason, kwa sababu like that bullish candle, the last one. Of course haitakuja imepush mpaka huko ati juu imekuja itakuja itafluctuate. That's why you have a stop loss, you have a proper sizing, because kama hivyo tu tumesikia, you can have your entry is good, your exit plan is good, the direction is good, you have this beautiful breakout, but as long as you have a poor size, over average hapa, no matter how good it is, every movement tu hivi every fluctuation nasikia tu uko tu threatened. But the moment you have the right sizing, hii kitu hata ikifluctuate ikuje tu break hizi lows, you have your stops hapa, the last support hapa, you are good. Hata you don't have that fear, and you interfere with that good setup, you let it play out because of the proper sizing, which I think is more of destroyer. Maybe the most ile kitu kuu inavunja a lot of traders, oversizing. At the moment, for example, you had this beautiful trade and you oversized, and out of here, because you don't want to lose the amount you intended, manage very fast, unaenda hapa break even very fast, even before hata ifike target, unaenda break even, alafu inakuja tu inakutoa hiyo break even because ulifia kuja, because you oversized, inakuja tu inakutoa hiyo tu break even, after the whole move, the way you had, your direction was good, your entry was good, ina play out because for sizing you can't let your trade play out.
So that was according to trade management, kila kitu level. So the other part ni hiyo term yenye tumeongelea about the risk. Sasa how do you risk? Ameguzia something maybe, so how do you risk? So this is the most, unaweza kuwa na entry na kila kitu, you know the direction, kama sisi tunajua for itafanya nini, but you can still know everything and still be broke venye Livermore amesema, because of your sizing maybe inakufanya ukue tensed. It's a very beautiful position, maybe umeover risk, venye ulikuwa unasikia maybe this position umepata something like that umepata a high imeform kiasi, and then tumekujia very nice tip bottom week. So because of your size, maybe umesema this position it's one make, yani unataka kutengeneza ini umerisk everything, maybe account yako ni ya $500, maybe umerisk, maybe hii stop loss yako inakupatia maybe una risk around 450, but huku chini ni around imeblow account, so uko too tight, inaweza kuwa position poa, ni breakout clean traffic, imeanza kupanda, umeanza kuona maybe 150, because ujaona 150, umeona 150, you can't close, ulikuwa umeenda big size,
imeenda break hizo highs
imeenda, so inaanza kufluctuate. Unajua price ina fluctuate, but stops real the most ni nini, kuweka below, maybe hata umezitighten up because utaki kupoteza, yani uko na 500 hapo ndio 500, so price inaweza end up ku come down, ku break hizo lows kidogo, is nip kidogo, and then ianze ku flip up. Uliona 150, uliona imeanza kupanda hapa juu, but you are afraid, ungefunga anything, hata uliona, so unajua itaenda sana, unataka domo, but then the moment unaona ina break hizo lows, unaanza kuona 200, you are tensed up, it's a good position, una nini, una tense, unaona una risk account, yani you can't do anything, unaanza kushiva because of your position sizing. Price inakuja inakutoa, inakuliquidate everything, hata ita break hizo lows, ina flick tu hivi 2 points, hata ita breaks, hata itaguza stops, inakublow account, and then overall hiyo move yenye ulikuwa unaongoja inaenda hata bila drawdown. What was wrong with that position? You understood the move, you understood the direction, everything ilikuwa hapo, you took the position, but what did you do wrong? Uli oversize. Hata kuje hizi stops, you oversized, uli oversize account yako, but now imeblow, and then the move inaenda. So that's the most important, na hiyo ndio inamalizanga watu, na that's the most overlooked thing, because
And you see
Yeah, okay.
the way one thing leads to another. Hapa umekuja setup iko poa, clean, umeoversize, umekuja imekutoa. What do you do next? Tuongee ukweli. You take the next trade. The next trade of course 100% itakuwa revenge trading. Haitakuwa ati kitu tu poa, wewe unataka tu kurudisha your 400 ile pesa tu umetupa, hata utaki profit, just want get your money back and you leave.
Yep.
You get in a bad trade, a bad setup, inakuja inakugonga, account yako inaishia tu hapo. And that damage, you never
Damage,
heal
man.
from that damage. And the biggest problem ni wewe tu. Chartered haina shida na wewe, you are the worst enemy
of yourself.
that tu iko sawa, kila kitu iko sawa, your reading iko sawa, but after that oversizing ina read everything that is all against you. So I think once we manage our sizing issue, I think hakuna kitu mtu hawezi overcome. All emotions zenye zinakuja kwa trading, I think you will have already settled probably 90% of the emotions.
So kwa hiyo position sizing, this maybe if incline your entry yako price hata ina mambo mingi man. This is a beautiful position. This any trade yenye A+ of the A+ man, na account yangu ni ya $500. Mimi naingia na account maybe hata sijapima stops. Mimi I'm just looking at what I'm going to make. Hii kitu ikienda hivi, mimi hata sijaangalia stops. Mimi najua hii playbook setup, najua iko na 80% win rate, 85% win rate, yeah, but you know that's psychological, but whatever you are doing haufanyi hivyo of what you know. So unaingia hii position, hata hujapima stops, unaweka stops zitakuwa current candle, iwezi rebreak, yani uko surety iwezi rebreak hii move na risk. Maybe hata ujuangi ukirisk account, you're just going big because unajua hii lazima itapuko juu, but before iende ikitapuko juu itakuwa inafanya nini? So au kuangi ukifanya hiyo hesabu, so price inakuja inakuactivate, inakuja ina break hizo highs, and then inaanza kukuja kuflip huku chini. Hata before, because you over risk, uliingia kwa hiyo position, it's an A+ setup, yeah, hata ija break hizo lows, maybe stop zako ziko hapo, but your capital it was so big enough hadi ainge nini for this flickering down, because unajua price ina fluctuate. Wewe ulikuwa unaongoja kitu kama hiyo, a quick push to the upside, but generally you happening over the long run. Price ina fluctuate the moment hata ijakuja ime retrace tu kidogo, inaenda kukutoa and then kukuliquidate tu man. You knew the direction, you knew everything, but when ndio umejimaliza, price inaenda up kurun hivyo bila wewe. You said fuck, trading is scam man, hiki tu ni scam man, nimejuaje? But you didn't, au kuweza venye tu live amesema the market is like kupanda something, so it will shake you out the moment na kushake. If at all you are too big, if at all umejibebea vitu mingi, it will shake you out man, not because at the direction you knew, but because uko too large man. So it's like try kupanda something, but ikikushake out because uko too large, you'll have to fall man. So this is the shaking out, the fluctuation. You're too big, your stops can't hold, and then unaenda kulose your position, but it was a good position. But one thing uja accept ni hiyo risk, hata huko unajua you didn't know how to lose, you didn't know how to risk. So yeah, I think that's it man. Maybe another thing yenye tunaweza ongelelea ni what next Sam? Hello. So one thing ilikuwa ni hiyo how umeingia a bit too umeingia too big, but you knew the direction, you knew everything, haujajipatia survival. So kwa hii game venye tumesikia that clip imesema ni how do we survive, tunaweza survive, how do we survive in this game for the long run. We have to have those survival tactics. Now the survival tactics ni those risk management things, because you may be right in direction, you may be right in everything, you know how to read, but the same thing when the Jesse Livermore said in that video is like, you may be right, but you went broke. You didn't go broke because of lack of knowledge. You went broke because you risk too much. You risk more than your size. So we've always been hearing people saying, like Engineer Jeff, like John, they have been saying that earn your size risk, and Nick always been saying earn your size, but you just take it kwa subconscious, or you don't take it into so much consideration. So this the earn your size risks, Nick anasemanga risk so less that you don't feel anything your PNL. So the other thing maybe you can talk about, it's how do we manage this risk management when we are scaling up these platforms. Maybe morning man Stu, morning Paul, maybe maybe you can talk about something and then to continue. How can we manage? We know the playbook. We know playbook works. We know it has a probability. It has a 80% win rate, 75. There's some losses. Losses are always part of the game. How can we move forward according to that? So according to prop farms and the other things. So
I think the best way to scale up, first of even before you scale up, because if you cannot handle a small account, if you cannot handle one account, there's no you can handle 5 accounts. That's for sure. I think the best thing is you start, even the today's world, whereby Jesus said, whoever can be trusted, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. But if you cannot be trusted with that little, there's no you can be trusted with much. I think even before you come even to scaling up, I think you must manage one account. You must manage one account in a way that, as you've said, for you to earn the sizing, you must do with a small size. For you to get a bigger size, you must know how to manage the smaller size. So I think even before we go there, let us, how can we manage a small risk, a small account? Like for example, we have a 2000 drawdown.
that's what I was talking about, not scaling up. I was talking about how do you manage these prop farms, not scaling up. That one account, it's prop farm. How can you manage it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think me personally, where I am today, I can manage to, with this 2K, I think I can take five trades. That's like every trade I'm risking 400. There's no way. If I lose that 400, I know lose for that day, and that account is finished until the next day. That one I can hold. But I think for somebody who is beginning, especially with prop funds, I think maybe a 200, a level that you are not even scared. If you lose that 200, you'll be like, that's one trade. And that one trade, of course, with our winning rate, as you are talking about, the winning rate can also determine what you can risk and what you cannot risk. Me, that's what I did. First of all, I was on that 200, 200, 200. Now I'm at 400. And this 400, I think I'm having an issue. And as I was telling Beatrice, with these big ranges now, because now the stop losses, like the last few weeks, we have discovered that my stop losses, if current candles, even previous candles, they are becoming an issue. So I'm at a place now whereby I have to lower my risk. So all those conditions, they have to come in. What is the market doing? If you are being forced by the market, because right now the market is forcing me to have a stop loss
below the range
with the range, whereby I have to use the range. Those are a lot of pips. If I was doing maybe 3 GC, 2 GC, obviously forced to go with 1 GC. And now the problem with 1 FGC is you can't have partials. Now you see all those emotions. Either you miss a trade because the stop loss is way too big. Maybe you have a stop loss of 200 or 300. There's no, I can go in with 2 FGC. So the best thing is I let that trade go, and maybe I sit out and wait maybe for the next move. And if I miss out, well and good. Because I've realized you take those good trades, you get 300, then you get that one bad trade and it wipes out. Wipes you out, and the account that you are supposed to finish with 1 month, you are forced to reset. It becomes very weird. It becomes these accounts after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you start becoming tired. You feel like you are doing nothing. I don't know. You guys, Paul, Manchi, Beatrice, What's your personal experience? That's my personal experience. And morning,
Yep.
guys. Afternoon, guys.
Yeah, so for that, so kama umeongelea something that risk, that thing, it's so you can't escape that thing, because we have been tired. Maybe the thing right now, maybe you can say, is having a fixed risk, a fixed risk that is, it won't break you, because whenever you want to, maybe we have been, as the title of the as the topic of today was, maybe you're having that two three trades, you're gaining 300, and then one that trade you lose like 800. For now, right now, to manage those emotions, maybe for guys, maybe as for me, where am I right now, is having that a standard risk, because one thing for me is I've eliminated unnecessary positions. So I've eliminated those positions. I no longer take C trades. I only take B and A plus setup. So those trades, they can hit your stop loss, they can hit your edge, they can hit you, but whenever they hit me, how will they leave me? So we are in the probabilistic game. We know the losses are part of the game, but when that loss happens, how does it leave your account? Because you can lose this position. This, like, say we are having this breakout for hours, breaking the highs. We can have this position and it end up losing, breaking the lows, and maybe hitting our stop loss. But how do we maneuver? How does it leave us? Does it leave us with broken? Does it leave us without any account? So for us, the risk management is the most important thing. So yeah, as for me, is having that a standard risk. A standard risk is that I can have that standard risk, is that if at all I'm putting these stops below this current candle lows, maybe I'm risking 300 for per account, per risk. I'll risk 300. If at all my stop, because we have seen the ranges, the stops are not nowadays respecting the current candle as much. They are respecting maybe these stops below this range. So if at all I have these stops, the same thing, the same risk I was risking at maybe the current candle stops, maybe I was risking 300, then I have to lower my size in order to accommodate for these stops for 300. So having that standard risk, it will eliminate your emotions and how you manage the trade, because once you have that standard risk, even if your trade, you'll have, as the video ilikuwa nasema, you'll have some time for this thing to play out. But when you're over risked, you're oversized, the stops are, maybe you are risking, you don't know even your stops, you are risking maybe an account below the lows. You can't even sit still, your muscles are hurting, you are shaking, you are shivering, you can't even hold anything that maybe you can see a drive up, you are closing full, you can't stay in a position for long, you can't hold. But when you are risking good, you say, me, my stop loss, I'm just, even if it breaks the lows, the lows are down here, I'm risking 300 overall, I'll be hit 300. If the trade is looking good and maybe your stops are below this current candle, I'm also risking 300. So have a low risk, maybe figure out your low risk which you are comfortable in risking, risk that amount, and then we be comfortable for right now. Because as we can see, maybe our stops are below the range, and then maybe you're risking the same amount. You can maybe say, I'll just leave this position, I won't be shaken out with the market, because I won't close full, because I've not over risk, and let this thing play out. And we have seen the way price is running out, we can take advantage of these ranges with maybe a little bit of holding those positions. Because as for now, we know the target tapped concepts, they are the ones which are moving. We see some very big runners, but if you're in these big runners with these big clean traffics with heavy size, then these fluctuations will make you not hold the trade. You won't hold that trade to the fullest. So if at all you are seeing that trade in a flip, you'll try to manage, because you're over risked, you can't let it play out, and then it's not looking good. If it can start flickering against you, it can stop you out, and then maybe later on move, you are right on direction, you are right on the move, but your size was too big that you had to be taken out by the market, because you over risked, because you are looking at where the market will go. You didn't look at if it went against you. So for us right now, having that standard risk, if at all maybe I'm risking, if at all we are saying maybe I'm having those runners of maybe today I made like 200, yesterday, the other day I make 300, 400, and then this loss of 700 comes in one trade. That's it. It's a bit tiring, it's a bit heartbreaking, because you feel like you're just skidding just around the same area. You are skidding around the same area. You have been finding some good setups. You find a good setup, you made 300, you make 200, and then one good loss. It was a good A plus setup, and then this trade, it ends up wiping your whole profits, plus taking the plus maybe making you negative. You're tired. These are, as some have said, these accounts may, when it starts maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks having them, you're not passing them, you're drifting, you get tired, man, with the playbook. But if at all we can master on how to be comfortable in our risk, how to be comfortable in a position, because when we are risking heavy, I don't think you are logical, because as Livermore has said, the moment your risk is good, is so much, then you've already lost to the market, because that risk, you can't think logical, you're just looking at your P&L. So the thing that, as for now, we can do for us to go to the next level is having that standard risk, that if at all I can lose this trade, then it's not affecting my account at all. Whether, because for me, for the first thing is, are you taking random trades? If at all you are not taking random trades, then having that standard risk is, it can be good for now, because it will limit those emotions. It will help you to maybe stay in that position long enough, maybe wait for plays to play out. You're not shaken by the break of the loss, you're not shaken by your loss, because you already know your loss, you already know what you are losing. And then, yeah, you are doing everything according to base to the logic. So having that risk, which is small enough that you're not shaking, you're not shivering, I think that's the way forward, man. So figure out your risk, whatever you're losing. We want to eliminate, to do away with this thing of having that steady income, maybe steady 300, 250, and then coming in that one day, one trade, it's an A plus setup, and then losing like 700 in your position. So having that risk, knowing we know the playbook, that's why we started talking about trade management, and then now we are at risk management. So that's the thing, man. So yeah.
Maybe going to next week, I would like to propose something. We have a challenge.
Yeah.
All of us who have maybe funded accounts.
Yeah.
All I know, you have one. Other guys, I don't know if you are funded, or maybe you are doing live accounts. For those, because as we are funded, we have a challenge this week. Let's say we take one trade, and that trade we can't risk more than 250.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Kevo, since you are the one here, you take the bullet. Right now we can see you are balanced.
Yeah.
You are going to lead this challenge. I have even screenshot
Screenshots.
your account. Sorry to expose you, but it's for us, it's for our own benefit.
Yeah.
Let's say there's no trade. A plus, B plus, C plus, instead of trades, there's no any trade. We will risk more than 250. Let's make it 1 week challenge.
Yeah.
And coming to the next webinar, we see if there is a small change, a big change, even for ourselves, for that, because here, as we said, we are documenting our journey. We want to showcase the good, the bad, the ugly, the wins, the loss. And so, Kevo, I don't know how you take it. I don't know if you think it's good. For you guys, I don't know if you can take this challenge with us. We see if we can see a change, just a small change or a big change, any change, and we talk about it on Saturday.
Yeah, for me right now, having that standard risk, because we were talking with Paul just the other time, he was telling me that, man, I'm feeling drifting. We talked with Sam, we are drifting. Maybe we take that position, and then after we take good position, maybe like 3 position, 300, and then one big trade, we lose everything. So as Livermore said, we can't make with this being, those big grants will come, but as we can keep on accumulating, the market wants us to accumulate consistently 300, maybe some consistent. And if at all we are losing, we want to stay in the game, so we don't want to be out of the game at it, because we are right most of the time, we are right, but the sizing of our accounts, it doesn't allow us to be in the game. So how do we manage to lose those catastrophic losses, like having that good run and then losing it all in one trade? So we want to avoid that thing. So it's a journey, as we said. If at all you're not taking this thing, applies maybe taking that one size, because it's a journey, because you can't compare yourself to someone. Maybe Nick is ahead. Yeah, we know Nick is ahead. He can manage, he can afford to do that, he can afford to maybe do some size. But where you are, evaluate yourself, know where which stage you are. Yeah, for me, I can do maybe one size in every trade, because I've eliminated completely taking random trades. Maybe that time you took this bad breakout, it's an unwanted trade, maybe it's an unnecessary position, you got stopped out. I've eliminated this position. For me, going that one risk, maybe standard risk, yeah, that can do. Maybe for me, the amount that I won't risk more than per trade is 300. So 300, I'm comfortable with it. If I can size, I don't care whether the stops, they are here current candle all below the range, but if at all the stop loss is being hit, is 300. So that's where I can eliminate those big catastrophic losses. So I want to stay in the game so much. I want to stay in the game in the long run. I know, but all you can maybe be hit.
But
You have
also,
to.
maybe Kevin, I don't think there's no you have a stop loss under this range, the whole range here. There's no you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
stop loss here. Maybe
yeah,
that's 250, and your target here on the left is maybe
yeah.
100. That also, I
You
think
can't.
it
Yeah,
doesn't make sense also,
yeah, yeah.
because
Yes,
maybe
this.
you get that 100 today, and tomorrow you make that 100. Then the following day, that you lose the 250 because you used all these range, and because you couldn't accept that, because it's more of what are you willing to lose. What you'll get,
Yeah.
that one you don't know how much you can get, but what
Yep.
are you ready to risk to see if you can, what you can make. I think
Yeah.
me, I think of it more that.
Yeah, there is some answers here risk reward, because if at all this clean traffic, if at all is maybe this clean traffic to the left ni around 200 pips, and then easy stops go around 100 pips, 120, 80 pips, I can maybe afford that thing, because yeah, they right now, because we talked about the ranges, maybe this thing can break, but in a respect is the laws na hii traffic najua, if these stops are like maybe 120 pips and I have like 200 pips, yeah, I can go for it. But knowing when to, maybe for me, for the nuances ni what am I risking to get. So yeah, I can't maybe risk, even if because I've said I'm risking 300, I'll just risk 300 just for the case, because I have to look at what am I risking to get. So I can't just risk 300 because I've said it's 300. There's some nuances, but for us who are here, we understood the playbook, we understand everything, we
Yeah.
understand some clean traffic, we know whatever to do. That's why we talked about how to trade manage, and now we are talking about risk management. So yeah, we can take, that's why we said, for me, I've eliminated random trades. I don't take random trades, but if at all I can stay in the game with that position sizing, that's the key thing. So yeah. Yep. So yeah. I think maybe we can type for something. Maybe you can do an overview of yourself, guys. You say as Manchu, thanks for sharing, man. Yeah. So yeah, maybe for me, we are starting this challenge to see how, maybe for some have said he has already screenshotted my balance. So for me, I'm not taking a catastrophic loss in any position. For me, I'm only, the max loss I can take is 300. So yeah, that's it. 300 I can manage to take that loss. So 300 to 250. That's it. No catastrophic loss, and all of them they are B plus to A plus setups. So yeah.
Most of them are B plus, because before you get that A plus
Yeah.
happens maybe once in a session, or maybe once in a day, and maybe probably you are not there for the 3 sessions. But
Yeah.
you are assured with those B plus, you also have a good winning
Yeah.
rate.
So guys, yeah, like, it will help you also. That's why I'm feeling nice being overexposed like right now, because you guys can see my balance. That's yeah, I'm feeling good, because maybe you can also expose yourself with something.
Okay,
Maybe say
okay.
whatever you
Are
are
you with us?
saying.
Are you with us in the challenge? Navin, are
Yeah,
you with us in the challenge? Who is with us in that challenge? Let us know first of all.
yeah.
Paul,
That's me for my risk. Maybe type in the chat, maybe something. For me is that's loss.
Paul, you want to expose yourself?
Yeah. Paul, we are in, man. So maybe Paul, yeah. So
Kidogo tu.
yeah, because the thing, it's a journey, because we have to earn that size. We have to be comfortable. I've been always hearing Nick says, earn your size, earn your size. Why are you feeling tensed? But yeah, it's a journey. You have to know where you are in the stage to really accept, man, I can't risk. I can't afford to. Maybe I may be brave enough, but I'm not a fool. Maybe like the way that video, we'll replay it, man. If you have time, maybe replay that video. It's cutting so deep, man. So yeah. Yeah, Sam has already sent his, so yeah, we'll share by the end of the week. We'll share some progress. The next webinar, we want to see some changes. If at all we can earn this size, maybe be comfortable in your risk, no whatever, because we want to avoid those catastrophic losses. I've been in a good span. I've been in having these 3 trading days. I've been doing well, but one trade, it blows all my profits, it blows all my progress. I feel like I'm not going anywhere. I'm feeling tired with these accounts, man. I want to pass these accounts. Then the next trade, you have a risk, you blow the account, now you're outside, you have nothing. Yeah, you know how to trade. You can mark all the direction, the forward the four is doing, but you are still out. It doesn't do you good, man. Jesse Livermore has already said you can be right according to the market, but if you are not in to participate, then it doesn't do you any good, man. So how do you stay long in the market? So how do you stay long in the in this game? You have to survive more. You have to by the way of surviving more is looking at your account balance, knowing what I'm going to risk, knowing what I'm going to lose, because as we are professional, the amateurs don't even look at what they are going to lose. They only see of what they are going to make. So they are so focused on me. I'm going to if it goes my direction, I'll close partials. It will be a beautiful day. I'll flip the account, but you're not focused on what you're going to lose. So as far as we know, we are professionals. This is a probabilistic game. We want to stay in the game. We want to survive long. We want to survive. So until we can know how to survive, then we can know how to to make that money. And the market doesn't want those big home runs, it wants consistent results. So if at all we can do that, manage our risk, go small size until we don't feel anything. The losses the losses are good, the wings you don't care, because if at all maybe I'm risking 300, I can choose to take 1 to 1, maybe at 300, maybe some partials they were 300, I close some partials, maybe I make 400, 500 is something good. But but when I get low, when I'm losing, I'll only lose that 300. So yeah, I'm just focused on what I'm losing. So yeah. Yeah, so it's a journey, man. It's a journey. So, yep. So I think we're good, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next Saturday to see
Yeah.
the discipline, to see how we will be doing. If we can keep our word, if we'll be accountable. I can't wait. I can't wait. I think this it will help us as much as it exposes us. I think it will also play to our own good.
Yeah. Because overall we are long-term thinkers. We are the video said we are, what did he say? We are speculators. You want to be in that game for long. You don't want to give all the chips once more in one round. We are brave enough, but we are not foolish enough to bet on one thing in just a single round. We want to stay in the game, survive in the game, and then we are long-term thinkers. If we can compound these profits, wins by win and wins, maybe taking those base hit losses, we can make money, man. So yeah. Yep. So yeah, I think we're good, man.
I don't know what happened to Beatrice. Beatrice, you didn't commit to say if you are in the challenge or not.
Lisema, she said she's in.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
I think
in.
we have
I'm trying to share my
okay, your
file.
screenshot.
So
Okay.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
please do.
Okay.
Yeah, you just attach it. File here, and it will be good.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe guys, I think that the thing, that topic is it's like,
That topic carries everything. You see,
yeah,
oversizing,
but
it carries over leveraging, revenge, moving stop losses, taking low quality setups, risking more to recover, confusion, kila kitu. It covers everything. Once we handle that, because I think that's the last handle we have, most of us, if we can speak the truth, that's the last handle we have,
yep,
the sizing.
Beatrice has already sent hers, so yeah.
Nice. Kwanza you are in profit. Nice one.
Yeah, so we want to avoid those catastrophic. Yeah, we also had the story of Jeff. Yeah, Jeff, maybe we want to
It's a
avoid
very
something
sad
like
story.
that. Yeah, and it happens, man. So
Yeah, it happens. It happens. And that's the best thing about sharing and having a community. You know you are not your own. The demons that I'm fighting are the same demons you guys are fighting.
yep. So I think that video, if you have not maybe heard about that video, so yeah, it's in the group. Maybe we can reshare the link, and then maybe after
What link?
the Jesse Livermore.
Let me do that. Do that right there. I think that's the best gift one can give himself or herself. Just to operate the way that clip talks about.
This might be the most the most eye-opening thing in the webinar. Tunaweza fanya hivyo, maybe we can start managing that risk, we can survive long, and then we'll just have some remarks on Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can see what will happen. Yeah,
because 80% of the time we don't have problem with our entry. We don't have any problem with management pursuits, our exit, our direction. We don't have any problem with that. That only problem is the risk management. Once we handle that, I think it'll be game over. And I know most of you guys, that's the challenge that all you have.
Yeah.
That's
why
the link.
yeah.
Sorry. Go on, Kevin.
So that's why Jesse Livermore said that if you can listen to that video every time, it cuts so deep. It's exposing you. It's telling you everything. It's telling you the impatience come from over risking, the boredom, everything. It's tied to this over risking thing. So if at all we can control our size and our size, as Nick has always been talking about, Nick doesn't maybe go much into risk management because that's maybe if in his light, maybe in her light, in maybe inaitangwaje in his program, maybe you pay Nick to tell you some things, maybe like risk management things, go earn your size, earn your size, earn your size. If you are earning your size, if your risk is so low, you'll be able to follow your plan, you'll be able to follow the playbook. If you don't control that, you can't control yourself. So the risk is tied to what you can't control. If you can't control the risk, then you can't control yourself in trading. So yeah, I think that's it, man. I think man, this might be one of the best. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, being right is useless if your size does not allow you to stay still. W, man. So make sure to go through that video, to go through that, maybe that listening of Jesse Livermore. It's cut in drip. So yeah, I can't wait to see you guys next Saturday.
Yeah.
I think, guys, it's a
If
wrap.
you don't have any
I think,
question, maybe we can wrap it up. Them to disconnect, them to go and have a good breather, have a good weekend, and continue forming good habits. And we start preparing for Monday right now.
Yep. So I don't think we have some questions, but yeah, we can move on, man. We can have a beautiful weekend. So thanks, guys, for joining in. Thanks for coming in. So once more, we keep showing up for our dreams and goals. This is what we do, and we are doing it for long. We are consistent. So we keep doing it for long. Yeah, basically it will crack down. We are cracking the code, and that's the code being cracked, man. So we appreciate you guys for joining in. Yeah, love you guys, man. So have a great weekend. Winners will always win, man. So enjoy your weekend, guys, man. Enjoy it.
Next weekend, guys. Cheers.
Yep. Love you guys, man. Peace. See you on Monday, man.
Not by power, not by power, not by power, not by power. Holy Spirit, by your spirit, spirit with me, spirit with me. What you gonna do? Oh my God, come through. My squad go through, then we all go through. Say we gon' fall, but they can't come true. Put our faith in the one, make the rain come through. I was broken gracefully until he elevated me. Took the will from A to Z. He doing things I can't believe. God put me on, don't hate on me. Jesus Christ said wait on me. I waited patiently, but he was never late on me. Down bad, had unbalance in me. Came back, got that Lazarus in me. About to take a trip to Maverick City. Got the clicker bringing Kylie with me, yeah. to. Meditate and make a wish on crystal. All of it is ill-equipped to fix you. Fight your battles when the people diss you. He be making sure to miss or miss you. You been through it, so he's careful with you. And I feel it, but he's there, he's with you. Do it big like an old school person. No cap like an old school church. Prayers up for the souls who search. God healers for the souls that's cursed. He the chain breaker, he the way maker, he the playmaker. One touch, you'll never be the same on shirt. Here to